Callahan is a suit from when I ran into the office building, and Nancy is working with her. But it wasn't a suit that was seen in the bank bombing. Damn! Alice and Nancy better get their story straight. We'll worry about that later. Right now, Pearce and Juliet are working on the bomb vest strapped to Dennis McDonald. Pearce, can you disarm it?
I was able to disable the remote detonation function. Unfortunately, that triggered the backup timer.
I don't want to die.
Ethan, there's a minute and a half left.
Come on, dang it. Law, take Juliet and get out of here.
What? Ethan, what about you?
If I can't disarm it in time, I'm not letting you and Law get hurt.
Officer Lee, let's go.
Go, now!
What about me?
If I can't disarm it, then we're both toast.
Is he going to be okay?
I don't know.
Ethan! No!
I'm calling the fire department. As I was calling the fire department, Juliet and I see a couple of figures in the smoke.
Inspector Law! It's Ethan!
So you were worried about me. Oh, sorry, Dennis. She doesn't care about you.
How did you manage to escape the blast?
I was able to remove the bomb vest off McDonald. Then we turned over one of those metal dumpsters over a manhole so the blast would be focused downward. After that, we ran for our lives.
Glad you're safe.
We both are.
Law, what about the suits? Did you catch any of them?
No, they escaped.
Hi, we're back. This is Brandon Smith. There was a small explosion on Gary just 30 minutes ago. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Emergency services are now there investigating the area. No word yet on who is responsible. Here's what Mayor Hardy had to say.
I assure everyone in this city that the SFPD is doing everything they can to seize and arrest whoever is responsible for these crimes. I know with the recent events of the bank bombing, and now another bomb is causing an uproar. But we have to stay strong and steady as citizens of San Francisco.
What? That's it? They're not going to say it was us?
The cops are probably just trying to keep the peace. If the city knew there was not just one but two vigilante groups, there would be chaos. Isn't that why I dressed up in a suit for the banking bombing?
We needed the public to think the suits were behind it, so we could maneuver about freely. But now, chaos is what we need. We have to show San Francisco that Mayor Hardy isn't fit for that title. We'll show his true colors to everyone soon enough.
Ryan, do we really have to go after Mayor Hardy? You know the connections he has. It might be too dangerous for us if we target him. Isn't it enough that we're wiping out these other criminals?
Isabel, you know it's not enough. What he did is unforgivable. And as your brother, I promise I won't let anything happen to you.
What about Dennis McDonald? The police still have him in custody.
I'll take care of it.
It's morning now. I drive to the address that Callahan gave me. It's an abandoned apartment building. Is this where Nancy's been going when I'm not home?
Who's there?
It's Eric Law.
Alice told me you were coming.
And you are?
My name's Christian, Alice's younger brother. And you're Nancy's dad.
Her uncle. Where is Nancy and Alice?
They're in the other room. Come inside. Hey Alice, Nancy, Eric Law is here.
You can call me Law.
What?
Never mind.
Hi, Eric. I know you must have a lot of questions.
You know I do.
Have a seat, Eric. Would you like some coffee?
Sure. I take a seat in their living room. I look around the room. Not many decorations, but there's a TV, a police scanner, a computer screen, and a wardrobe. I'm assuming that's where Alice and Christian keep plenty of suits and weapons. Is this where you live?
No, I live somewhere else. This is a safe house, or headquarters of sorts. This is usually where we debrief and operate.
That computer station over there. Is that where you spend most of your time, Nancy?
When I'm not in the field, yes.
Eric, you're here because you want to know more about Hewson and the Hoods, right?
I am. But let's start with you, Alice. You've been lying to me ever since I met you. So sorry if I'm not sold on your good intentions.
I'm sorry about that. I really am. But I came to San Francisco when I knew the Hoods moved here. They were moving from city to city before they started to frequently show up here. We started calling them the Hoods because that's what they always wear.
How creative. And why are you the suit? Because you wanted to be more fashionable?
Actually, I became the suit before the Hoods ever existed. It became a signature of mine. No one can tell if I was a man or a woman. It gives us anonymity.
Alice was the first to become a vigilante out of all of us. When we wear the suit, no one could tell if it was Alice or me running on rooftops.
But why become a vigilante? Alice, you were a police officer for years in New York.
Sometimes the police can't get somewhere or someone in time, but I can. I lost someone close to me. We both did.
Alice convinced me to suit up too. I've been helping her ever since.
What about the Hoods? What do you know about them?
2 Hoods in total, 1 male and female. Possibly brother and sister based on the way I heard them talk to each other before.
What's their goal? Why didn't the NYPD take them down?
When they first appeared in New York, it seemed like they had the same mission as I did. They didn't kill anyone. Of course, they'd break a few bones here and there, but not kill. They would deliver some of the hardest criminals to catch to the police.
Then what happened?
Their first kill was a rapist, then it was a murderer. Now, they seem to put down anyone who they deem criminal. Their own version of vigilante justice.
And what about Hewson? Did you know he was working with the Hoods?
We didn't know that he was connected to them. But now things make more sense. My guess, Hewson is a hired bomber to make the Hoods look more dangerous.
Alice, Christian, can you give me and Nancy the room?
Sure. Christian, let's go.
I know what you're going to say.
Do you?
You want me to quit the suits. You want me to quit hunting Hewson.
Of course I do! Because you're gonna get yourself killed! I don't understand why you're putting yourself in harm's way!
I became a suit because while you're out there trying to save the world, I'm just here waiting for you to come home. Sometimes, I wake up thinking you died because you didn't come home.
Nancy,
When my dad died, I know it was hard for you to raise me. I miss him so much. I just don't want to lose you too.
Nancy, I promise I won't abandon you!
Eric, you have to let me do this. I have to fight in this vigilante war.
I'm not gonna let you put yourself in harm's way. I don't want you to end up like your father.
What?
You're done being a suit, Nancy. Let me finish this new job of yours.
Eric.
End of discussion, Nancy.
You can't stop me. Hewson will be stopped. And I'm going to be the one who does it.
Alice, Christian, you can come back in.
Are you two okay?
Alice, you said there was a mole in the police department. How do you know there is one?
Over the past few months, whenever I would get a lead to where the Hoods might be, they're gone before I show up. Only the SFPD gets information that fast. Now we seem to always be one step behind them.
So you think the Hoods are being informed by the mole before we do?
Yeah, and it must be someone pretty involved with the case. Someone on the inside who has had access to all the information so far. Nancy, can you pull up the files on the SFPD personnel?
Okay, I'm on it.
Eric, who's the first person that comes to mind?
I don't know. I can't imagine one of our own helping the Hoods.
I've got the files for the SFPD, and there's one officer that looks suspicious.
Who is it, Nancy?
Officer Ethan Pearce.
Pearce? Why?
On the surface, his file looks normal, but if I go deeper, it gets a little strange.
Strange how?
It looks like Ethan Pearce doesn't exist. The files that the SFPD have must be fabricated. Other than the information the SFPD was given, this Ethan Pearce isn't real.
Why would Pearce help the Hoods? This doesn't make sense.
Doesn't it, though? Pearce has been at every scene. The bank, Jackson's Plaza, and even last night with Dennis McDonald. Isn't he the one that always calls you whenever a vigilante is spotted?
Yeah, but he almost got blown up with McDonald. The Hoods wouldn't let their mole get killed.
Unless they let him know how to remove the bomb vest. A normal officer wouldn't know how to take off such a complex bomb. He would need the help of a bomb squad.
Fine. Pearce is definitely on our watch list. Nancy, does his file have his current home address?
Yes, it does. He lives in an apartment building.
All right. Tonight, we'll investigate his apartment and see if we find anything.
Shouldn't we tell Captain Jenkins?
We should keep it quiet until we know for sure.
Your shot is getting better.
Thanks. Now that we're handling 2 vigilante groups, we have to be prepared.
Man, if those suits weren't there, we could have had a better chance of capturing those Hoods.
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, at least we got McDonald out alive. And I didn't get blown up.
True. Are you busy after work? Wanna hang out?
I would. But I actually have some stuff to work on.
What kind of stuff?
It's my brother's birthday soon, so I'm going shopping for a gift.
I didn't know you had a brother.
Yeah, I haven't visited him in a while, so I hope a gift will make up for it.
Do you need help looking for a gift?
I think I have something in mind. Besides, you should get some rest after the night we just had. Vigilantes and bombs must be tiring.
Speaking of those bombs, where did you learn how to disarm it?
Just cut the red wire, right?
That's not funny, Ethan. You almost died.
But I didn't. And you and Inspector Law are safe from the blast.
You should have let me help you. I can't believe you and McDonald had to push a dumpster over the bomb.
Juliet, I could never forgive myself if anything happened to you. Or Mr. Law.
Ethan,
Hey, Pearce.
Hi, Juliet.
Oh, hey guys.
Are you here to use the shooting range?
We're actually here to talk to you, Juliet. Ethan, do you mind if we talk to her alone?
No, go ahead. Juliet, I'll meet you in the car.
See you later, Pearce.
Yeah, see ya.
What did you want to talk about, Alice?
Eric and I believe there's a mole in the SFPD working with the Hoods.
What? Really? Do you know who it could be?
We think it might be Pearce.
Ethan. Why?
It seems odd that he was so quick to join the vigilante case, and he's the most knowledgeable about the crime scenes outside of me and Mr. Law.
What is he like when we're not around? In and outside of work?
He's generally a nice guy. He usually doesn't talk too much about himself.
Does he talk about his past at all? Any family?
He said he has a brother. And he told me he worked in DC before.
That's funny, because his file doesn't mention any family or siblings.
Pearce is hiding something.
I don't feel like Ethan is a liar.
How close are you two, really?
Officers aren't allowed to date within our department.
I know, but I'm still asking.
I think he sees me that way. But whenever we get close, something stops him. And I don't think it's because of work.
Okay, thanks, Juliet. We'll continue investigating. For now, just act like everything is normal.
We'll see you later. Ethan must be waiting for you.
Okay. Just keep me updated.
Well, what do we do next?
Let's have a little chat with Dennis McDonald.
Where are you two going?
We're going to talk to Dennis McDonald. Is he in interrogation?
He is. What do you hope to get out of him?
We want to know why the Hoods are after him.
Okay, I'll be on the other side of the glass.
Hello, Dennis.
Hello, inspectors.
Would you like anything to drink?
No, thank you.
Is it okay if we ask you some questions?
Sure.
Do you know why the Hoods attacked you last night?
No, I don't think so.
The Hoods usually go for bad criminals. You were a friend of Carter Maine's. They killed Carter.
What? Carter is dead?
Probably to figure out where you were, Dennis. We know your real name isn't Dennis McDonald.
Oh, man.
Now can you tell us why they wanted you? We can keep you safe if you help us.
I used to work at a biotech company called MaxTech.
MaxTech?
About 5 years ago, the research director was caught creating deadly bioweapons and selling them off before she was killed. The CEO was her husband. Joseph Maxwell was arrested for killing one of his employees after his wife died.
The Hoods threatened to kill me if I didn't tell them where to find the bioweapons. Most of it was seized by the government, but some still circulate on the black market.
Dennis McDonald, please stop talking.
Excuse me, who are you?
My name is Ryan Hardy. I'm Dennis's lawyer.
Dennis just confessed to helping vigilantes.
I don't think having a bomb strapped to you counts as helping.
Mr. Hardy, McDonald is a key witness in our investigation.
I understand that, Mr. Law, but your captain told me that I could talk with my client before you continue to interrogate him. So, if you can, please give us the room.
Law, let's go.
We're not finished yet.
Please, listen to her. Law. Oh, and please turn off the cameras. Client confidentiality.
Fucking lawyers.
It's all right, Eric. At least we know what the Hoods are after.
Yeah, but what do they want bioweapons for?
I guess that's what we'll need to figure out. Maybe we'll get more answers when we search Officer Pearce's apartment.
Without a warrant?
The suit doesn't need one.
That night, we went to Pearce's neighborhood. If he's the mole, there must be something in his apartment to give us some clue and stop him from helping the Hoods.
You made sure Ethan isn't home?
His car isn't here and the lights are off. I called Juliet and she said he'd been out for a while.
All right, then let's head up.
Are you really going up dressed like that?
The suit protects my identity, Eric. Maybe you should be wearing one too?
Suits are uncomfortable.
Let's just go. Eric and I head to the second floor of Ethan's apartment building. Now that Eric knows who I am, I don't have to hold back. I can pick the lock.
What if he's inside?
I'll handle him then. We wouldn't want the mole knowing that you're working with the suits. It's unlocked. Hang back and I'll let you know if it's clear.
Okay, just hurry up before someone sees us.
I enter Ethan's apartment. It's fairly small, but it's kept neat and tidy. Luckily, he's not here. Eric, come in. He's not here.
Okay, let's look around.
I search through Ethan's bookshelf, while Eric searches in and around Ethan's bed.
Make sure to check the air vent. It's a common hiding place.
Nothing in the air vent. In the corner of the room stood a guitar on its stand. I picked it up and shook it a little. Eric, I think something is in this guitar.
Can you get it out?
Not without breaking it open.
Pearce probably did that, so if anyone broke into it, he would know.
Well, let's see what's inside. When I smashed the guitar, a few folders fell to the floor. Eric picked up the papers as I put down the broken guitar.
Alice, there's information here on MaxTech, the company that Dennis McDonald told us about.
It looks like Pearce is one step ahead of us. He knew about MaxTech before we did.
Look at this. It's a map with possible locations of the bioweapons. He must be helping the Hoods look for them. There's also files here on you and me.
We have to tell Captain Jenkins and Juliet.
As I looked up from the map, I noticed a small red blinking light by the door. Alice, Pearce might know we're here.
How? What is that?
It looks like a motion tracking device. We have to get out of here. When I stood up, I was kicked by someone in the doorway.
You shouldn't be here, inspectors.
Pearce, stand down.
Put down the files.
I charged at Pearce and tried to tackle him to the ground, but he was fast.
Don't make me do this, Pearce.
Alice jumped in to fight Pearce. Two of us trying to take him down. But he fought like I'd never seen him before. I'd seen him spar, but it looks like he's not holding back. Like he's had some special training.
I was able to put handcuffs about one of Pearce's wrists, but he kicked both of us down, giving him an opening to escape through the window.
He's going down the fire escape!
Eric and I climbed down the fire escape and ran after Pearce in the alley. Pearce! Stop running!
I can't stop running. If I do, everything I worked for will be for nothing.
Alice, we're gonna lose him if we don't stop him at the end of the alley.
As I was approaching the end of the alley, a figure stepped in front of me and pulled their gun at me.
Ethan, stop!
I pulled my sidearm from my holster in the fence and pointed it at Juliet. Juliet, get out of the way!
No, you're going to stop and explain yourself.
I don't want to hurt you, Juliet.
You're going to have to if you want to get past me.
Ethan, put your gun down.
Do it, Pearce. Alice and I finally caught up to Pearce. With Juliet standing on the other side of him, we got him surrounded.
Ethan, please, put it on the ground.
We know you're working with the Hoods. It's over.
What are you talking about?
We found your files about Max Tech and the bioweapons. You're the mole helping the Hoods.
No, I'm not. Alice, I thought you were the mole.
Me?
Pearce slowly holstered his weapon and turned toward Alice.
You started working in the SFPD the day the bank bombing happened. And over the past year, you've been visiting San Francisco on so-called business trips.
I am the suit. I'm trying to stop the Hoods.
I'm not working with them, I promise you that.
Tell us what's going on then.
5 years ago, my brother died secretly stopping Max Tech from producing more bioweapons. He worked for the CIA.
CIA?
Ethan, I don't understand.
I'm trying to finish my brother's mission. I need to stop the Hoods from getting their hands on the bioweapon and finally dispose of it.
You're not really a cop, are you?
I'm not. My real name is Aaron Martin, and I work for Homeland Security.